That's the question that we asked tonight. Hyderabad is on the boil, and of course the tremors are being felt across the state. Who is fueling this fire, and eventually who's going to benefit? Joining us on the broadcast is Mr. Krishank Mane, who is the spokesperson of the TRS. Waris Pathan, the AIMIM spokesperson, is also joining us on the broadcast. Varun Singh, who's a political analyst. Prerna Malhotra, who's a political expert and author. And L. Ravichandar, who's an advocate, is joining us on the show. Thank you all for your time and joining us on the broadcast. Krishank Mane, coming to you first. After what the BJP MLA did and said, the law rightly took its own course. There was an FIR that was registered. Good that the BJP suspended him, and we hope there's further action taken against him. But after that, there have been a spate of controversial statements that have come in. Today, I spoke to Feroz Khan on the broadcast, and he was openly issuing threats. This is a Congress leader. There are various controversial statements that various AIMIM leaders have also made. Why no FIR so far against these people?
Anusha ji, I knew this was the question. This was the primary debate rather
Sure.
than what the Bharatiya Janata Party MLA spoke about. But let me assure you, I'm informing you and through your channel to the audience also that I've personally spoken to the top officers of our government. And very soon, within a couple of hours, because the problem is there are two issues. Right now, the entire police department, Hyderabad, is under turmoil after the Bharatiya Janata Party MLA statements. So the whole of police department is actually controlling the law and order situation so that there is no violence occurred. After 8 years of Telangana, there have been no communal rights and one such instance because of this Bharatiya Janata Party legislative statement. So we, as government of Telangana, we assure you that whosoever it is, whichever individual, organization or political party, they cannot violate the law. Cases will be booked. But right now, the primary duty is to see that peace prevails. So I assure you, you will be seeing cases, you will be seeing arrests too on either side of organizations.
No, but the reason...
But the primary question is, now I see the dual standards of Bharatiya Janata Party because it is exposed. Before me, the person who spoke is the legal cell convener of Bharatiya Janata Party, who is defending a person who has been suspended by the Bharatiya Janata Party. That exposes itself.
No,
he
but
is
he's a lawyer,
fighting for
sir.
him, is defending him.
He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, but also the legal cell convener of Bharatiya Janata Party. While he is doing his profession, he should also remember that these are political statements by a BJP MLA.
Krishankji, two things. First, you said that what the BJP MLA said is not the point of debate. I don't think anybody here on the panel is supporting what the BJP MLA said. The government and the police authorities rightly took the action, registered an FIR. I don't know why the remand application was rejected by the court, because the proper procedure was not followed. That's what the lawyer has said. The second point, I don't think there is anything in the Bar Council rule that prohibits the lawyer from representing his client, even if you have the affiliation with the same political party. Yeah,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
But we are just exposing the dual standards of politics, because even in Nupur Sharma's case, because this is the same instance of it, born out of the Nupur Sharma is one more, inspired by Nupur Sharma is one more Raja Singh. Because when Supreme Court gave remarks, the whole of Bharatiya Janata Party rank and file trolled Supreme Court. The same thing is happening here.
Okay.
BJP takes action. BJP supports
actually,
Nupur
Krishankji,
Sharma.
I disagree. I disagree with you to the extent. I disagree with you to the extent. I disagree. Listen to me. I disagree with you to the extent that if a particular person, let's believe the person is a rabble rouser or is not really making responsible statements, comes out and makes a statement. I don't think any person, any community, any political party has the right to take an offense to the extent that you start taking law and order in your hands. Waris Pathan, I want you to come in on this.
I haven't completed to one question.
Okay, 30 seconds to you, sir, then I will go to the other guest, please.
The major question is, who is fueling was your question.
Yeah.
Who is fueling the BJP state president's statement? I'm quoting Indian Express, 15th August 2022, when India was celebrating 75 years of independence. BJP state president said he will resort to Gundaism if necessary. That is what is happening today in Telangana. The Modi's operandi, we have heard modus operandi. But Modi's operandi...
Sir, whoever is resorting to Gundaism, you are the government of the day. put an FIR, put them inside bars,
Definitely.
and let that law take
Doing
its
that.
own course. I don't think anybody is going to support that. Mr. Waris Pathan, I'm coming to you. There were various statements, and I hate to repeat those statements, but statements like Sar Tan Se Juda, the extremist organizations in Pakistan who had used this kind of slogan for some kind of radicalization has unfortunately come here in India. We have seen children who have been part of these rallies raising these kind of slogans. As a political party, what would you say to these radical elements? And I'm going to raise that point that there are various statements of the AIMIM leaders as well mocking Hindu gods and goddesses that have also come in the public domain.
Well, violence is condemnable. We condemn all kind of violence. Nobody has a right to take law into their own hands. Where we have also condemned the slogan of Sar Tan Se Juda, we vehemently condemn. The police machinery is there to take care of the thing, and we also condemn the derogatory remarks made against our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, by the radicalized fringe element called Raja Singh, who is an habitual offender, having more than 75 FIR registered against him. We want the rule of law to prevail. We want him to be taken back in custody because he was arrested yesterday. He came out on bail within few hours, and when he came out on bail, he was glorified. He was garlanded, sweets were offered, and there was music everywhere. So what message do we give it to the society, to the country at large, that a person who hurt the sentiments of billions of Muslims, not only in India but all over the world, when he makes such kind of derogatory remarks, who comes out on bail, he is glorified. So the message is clear from the BJP that they are anti-Muslim, they are anti-Islam, they are anti-prophet, and they want to polarize the situation. The BJP wants to create a situation of hatred in the country. They want to destroy the secular fabric of our great nation by creating this kind of hate. These are the pawns of the BJP. Just few days back, Amit Shah visited Telangana, Hyderabad, and today see what we are seeing it.
Okay.
Violence everywhere. What we ask is law must prevail, rule should prevail. Rule should be equal to 30 seconds, I will complete my points.
Yes.
The other thing which we said is that we want the rule of law should play. Today itself, our party's General Secretary, Mr. Pasha Qadri, who also happens to be an MLA, has written a letter to the Speaker of the Assembly stating that Raja Singh should be suspended, he should be expelled from the legislature. Because a habitual offender, you cannot give him more privileges like that. And it is his habit. He is trying to create a communal disharmony.